Do 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 do. I don't have live video. Why not? Oh, I started streaming a minute ago. Let's see if this works. So, if okay, it does. That's bona fide, like more than what I want to see right now. So let's share video. In case you're kind of confused right now, I have like half background, um, half not background. Let me explain. So I am basically um back on Linux, which is kind of nice. Because honestly speaking, Linux has a better overall like video quality and that well it I won't say that. Let me just say it translates better with hardware than other platforms, and this is pretty much a good thing because that translation ends up like resulting in far better like um production overall. I hope at least I'm gonna see this video like after everyone else does a little later. So right, let's get into business. While I'm sitting here and sharing all to my wonderful like pages that I manage. Um, well, not all, just two main ones, and then also my news feed. So, right, let's get down into business. So last we left off, I was doing some live gaming and a few other things, and we're talking about the future of like where my channel was gonna go. So let's start with I hope everyone's having a great Saturday. I really do. It's good to see everyone, or not so much, but it's good to know that everyone who's doing well is doing well at this point. Um, you know, if you want to, feel free to like just drop in the chat. This is obviously a live feed. Um, yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out how to take a look at that chat now to manage it. Maybe I'll go on here on my phone and see what this looks like. In any case, so right, I would like to hope that everyone is having as good a Saturday as possible. If you can see like half mess here, half like background or right background, it's because there is a green curtain um that I originally had up for some privacy. It's because I'm sharing the bedroom with someone else right now. And the way the door is oriented, if you walk right in, um, even in not it, you expose like part at least of my part of the room to the outside world. So I had the green curtain there to cover that up. Um, so obviously, all by accident, I discovered like perfect green screen. So I'm thinking I'll do something similar in like right in back of me, and then I can just do a level background when I'm doing videos, which I think would be incredible, honestly speaking. Also, I don't think I did a live video on Linux before, and part of the reason was the Apple FaceTime HD camera is incredible. Is technically speaking, it should be easy to port it over to Linux. It's a POSIX driver and a compatible POSIX driver at all. At in addition, and you simply need to decompile the DAT files from the .sys that's highly technical, and most of you won't know. But you need to get code from code inside the Windows drivers that Apple distributes. Um, and once you extract that, that's your your calibration files for color, and it should make the video look better. But unfortunately, like most things in that class, it never works. So I got myself a second webcam. I intended for the Mac, but honestly speaking, when I saw the way of how brilliant the Linux system was working, I really am considering of moving everything back over. I can use my iCloud account. Um, I could use my iCloud account. I mean everything on it from the up to his file storage. So that's significant. Yeah, because like utilizing iCloud is something that's a POSIX thing rather than a simply Apple thing. So it's good you can technically use it because then I could do like anything an Apple user, only I can do it better. Right. And that's the end of that. Um, so in other news, apparently the famed malware, which now has hit the newer Mac, uh, specifically MacBook Pros, is on the M1. It runs on the M1 flawlessly. And I don't know how to take that because there's two ways you take it. Think about it. It means that the M1 is very susceptible to viruses and malware. It also means you'll have no problems running your favorite apps on there because even malware that's just not gone there can run pretty easily. I saw them like no, I mean I saw the like article about it and I'm like, that yeah, no. That was definitely not the best thing Apple could have happened to them. I mean, everyone expects it on Wintel. Seriously, if you buy a Windows computer on an Intel or AMD processor and you don't expect for there to be some kind of virus or malware at certain point, you're like just clueless. Everyone expects that, but Apple. So this is like fun. I think they're gonna have a hell of a time. Basically. Oh wow! I did not know it's Una Clark's birthday. Ooh, I missed something. Oh well, happy birthday, Una Clark. Definitely happy birthday, Una Clark. So right. Um, let me just do this here. I'm sorry. I'm just like on like one thing and another. So, and it generally speaking, so now we're like, okay, let's get back to that. So I'm like looking at this, I'm like, this has a mixed message to it. It's like, yeah, so now you'll be able to go with the M1, and even someone who is completely clueless can take and run their old applications on it without worrying about it, which makes the process fluid. Since obviously a Trojan or malware can easily port over, and that's pretty damn technical. So, but at the same time, you're like, whoa, wait a second. You mean my computer's as at risk as it is now? Huh. Why would I spend all that money to move over then? It's one of those aha moments. So yeah, I thought that was kind of funny. What else? So yeah, I'm like stuck in classes now, and part of the thing is I'm like having creative block, I guess it is, or writer's block, or whatever you want to call it. So I'm like kind of getting on here because I want to actually broadcast and like get some live media on so I can actually like feel like I'm being constructive. Honestly speaking, I mean, half the time if I'm not doing anything and I had a have a sort of creativity block, I feel like I'm not getting anywhere and I just want to beat myself up for it and that isn't like the most constructive thing. So getting I don't know how to express getting on here and dealing with this, but it's sort of like I'm trying to think of a good way to put it. But it really um God, how would I put it? Oh right. That's why I got on the live channel. So where the hell is the chat? Because I know there's supposed to be a chat to this. I don't want to dive into it because then yeah, that's sort of like disappointing. I went into it. I need to be able to like go in and actually deal with the chats in the live. I'm still not really like savvy about that to some degree. I've got oh wait, it says hi chat. Okay. But why does it say hi chat? It should say show chat. Come on, show chat. Why is something wrong? It really shouldn't be wrong. Become mind-boggling. Oh, also, so let me go and deal with like so I have to do like display link on Ubuntu because that is like a necessary thing. I got a secondary display over here. And I'm probably gonna get more, which will make like I wanna say this in the best I think like getting creative with like broadcast and like stuff like that will be really fun. I mean, it'll have all sorts of implications for like live gaming broadcasts and things like that. And I want to start getting into that. Obviously, so we are looking at what the next last day, like tomorrow is literally the last day of February, last day of Black History Month and then Monday, we are going into Women's History Month. So that should be like sort of fun. Oh, sorry for the hiccup. Um, yeah, so anyway, right. So yeah, Black History, then Women's History on Monday. Also Deaf History Month starts on the 13th of April and runs to no 13th of March and runs to I believe about the same time in April. I know it's not the exact same day, but I keep on forgetting the date. I think it's like April 15th, and I should know this because both are like incredibly instrumental dates. In fact, hi- like Deaf History Month is structured the way it is because it's like structured around three instrumental dates that happen in deaf history. One of them being the protest um on the in Washington for Gallaudet University that ended up in giving a deaf university its first deaf president. Ha ha. Get the humor there. Um, yeah, so there was that. There's also, I think, somewhere saddled in there the first deaf actual school that was ever founded, which I'm trying to remember, but it's pretty old. I mean, Gallaudet was chartered out by Abraham Lincoln. Um, right, and the protest, of course, was one of the more like pivotal moments that started the ADA. The protests themselves were around 87, 88, and they lasted not a long time, but their implications were pretty big, and they happened around one President Bush who wasn't really a friend of the disabled, and I think he didn't outwardly say it, but he pretty much made it known. It's like his overarching opinion was if you were disabled, you were just plain lazy, and yeah, that was his opinion. And so he really, this is the first one, the father. So he really didn't have a good impression of us. In fact, the one thing I remember is sort of like his fake grin when signing the actual original ADA. Um, it was like this really plastered on thing, like he was smiling while at the same time you could see behind that smile was this idea like, I hate this. I think this is abhorrent. Oh well. Um yeah, so let uh but that's like old dark history. But yeah, the point is Deaf History Month comes up like around the 13th. In fact, let me pull it up here, which will make things easier. So Deaf History, right, here we go. Deaf History Month. So Deaf History Month, observing Deaf History Month. Well, some people call it Deaf Awareness Month. So it starts at March 13th. Taught sign language to the, okay, yeah, it was like, so it starts uh Deaf History Month appears to have had it. Right. Okay, that's kind of cool. But yeah, this really doesn't start of Deaf History Month. Yeah, it's till April 15th. I knew it was somewhere around there. So I know one of the, oh, here we go. Yes. All right. So I was right. It starts out with the Gallaudet protest, I believe. Right. Yeah, yeah. Okay. March 13th, 1988. Deaf President Now movement succeeds. King Jordan becomes president of Gallaudet University, becoming the first actual deaf president of a deaf university. Get it? Um, and then April 8th, you have Gallaudet University being founded by Abraham Lincoln, literally a year after he signed the proclamation, the oh God, I can't even remember the name now. But you definitely know the document I'm talking about, even though I have a bunch of legal mumbo jumbo running through my head right now, and I like can't focus. I know you know the name. You're not like um the Emancipation Proclamation. So, like a year after he signed the Emancipation Proclamation, he signed the charter for Gallaudet University as the first advanced school for the deaf and hard of hearing. So, either which way, that's our community. Uh, and that's also, wow, that is kind of cool. April 15th. The American School for the Deaf in West Hartford, Connecticut, the first public school for the deaf, opened in April 1817. So literally, like you have a lot going on in 170 years, 171 if you want to be specific, but not that like so yeah, 171 you have all these things that all these major events, and that's what like Deaf History Month is structured around, because there are other small events that happen between and even in other places, but these three are instrumental because, well, for the longest time, it was even like either looked down upon and even punished, and even at some point made illegal in this country to actually converse in sign language. I kid you not. So, yeah, there were people schooled in schools of the deaf in what was called like, um, I mean, I know it as mainstreaming. It basically means when you take a hard of hearing a deaf person and then you like raise them in a speech oriented way. And but the way they did it was even crueler, because even if the person who is deaf or hard of hearing could not accomplish speech, they would think up these real like arduous ways to like sort of make them learn. And then even worse is they had these other ways of tormenting them out of using sign language um as a native tongue instead of English. So if you were deaf and you couldn't hear even with hearing aid, you basically still couldn't sign, which really made no sense. And they did things like tie hands behind people's backs and like do all this other stuff, like so you couldn't even like try to sign. And it's like they did this to children. Very dark history. So yeah, but on the lighter side, we are somewhat out of that, and Deaf History Month starts on March 13th. How did we get here? Oh yeah, we got here over like long conversation about this. But yeah, that's also why Deaf History Month is situated the way it is. It's like situated between three of the most pivotal events. Because seriously, especially Gallaudet University, and I'm not putting the public school, but Gallaudet University was literally one of the first um it was the first advanced educational institution for the deaf. Think about that for 2 seconds. I know a lot of people are like, oh, they have a school, but think 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 I know like people of color can like not relate to this per se since it isn't their particular experience, but they can sort of draw a parallel because they can look in their history how education wasn't that available not that far in the past. And so you had these interesting parallels here. It's like literally it took after a year after the Emancipation Proclamation for us to actually get an advanced institution of education just so we could benefit from it. Kind of interesting if you think about it. So, right, okay. Um let's go with that. Um archive open. Ooh, extract. Okay, and let's get that, like, legacy drivers? Latest official driver. Oh, wait, okay, so let's get let me, like, oh, showing a little light there. Let me see. Download. July 19th. Right. Okay. So anyway, so download that, accept. Hmm. All right. So, I knew I was gonna say something, and it was definitely worth it. But at at this time, this. All right. So, yeah, l- I'm so totally drained from that conversation. No, not really. So what I'm doing right now is trying to do the display link graphics driver. So some of you don't know what that is. So let me explain. So there is a where do I create folders in here? Linux is I'm sorry if I'm like going off on things here. Linux is a bit different than Windows. It's similar to Mac in some ways, but not really. So I just have to like take a look around and figure out what I'm poking in before I do it. All right, cool. Extract. Cool. Coolio. Close. All right. So that works. Now I just have to open up a terminal. Change directory. So anyway, right. So yeah, that's kind of like the cool thing of like Deaf History Month. So let's see. Right. Like I'm saying, I'm on here because I'm like in this um like I was describing it, I'm in this brain fog. So I'm just trying to get it like unclogged. Oh man, when your dyslexia gets the best of you, I typed in a directory to extract like display link into the it's display link, but instead of the S, it's the I, it's DSIPLAYLINK. Yeah, dyslexia. Isn't that wonderful? Um, and I actually saw that as display link. All right, so let's do this. Display link driver. USB monitors will definitely be fun to like All right. Thank you, Sudo. Password PASSWORD. I am joking, of course. Why would you fail to build? Why though? Configuring. Okay. Do you have anything then? This is what I hate sometimes. All right. I obviously have company at this point. Um, like, yo, where are we? Display link. Yeah, no, that didn't show up at all. Maybe in settings. Where's settings again? There we go. Settings. Displays. Let's see if like this does something. So, okay, built-in display. I got that. Cool. Now, where can I do other displays? Thing. Mouse pad, focus, movable media, color, region, and language users. It's gonna be a pain in my butt about this. I know it. I know it has to. Because nothing in my life ever ends up easy. It's nice to have the camera though. So at least there's that. Would like play though? It would be nice to like why? Really? Driver? Fine. 5, 3, 1, 3, 4. Oh, there it goes. Brilliant. Okay, it was just a matter. All right. So now the question is, how do we get this started? Bring back settings. I know I'm boring today, ain't I? No, I'm not, but so got distracted for a while. Okay, built-in display, orientation, blah blah blah. I don't see it. Maybe it's in like here. Let's see. Okay, go all the way to the bottom once you. I don't see anything. Maybe if I like unconnect and reconnect the display. I guess. Let's try that. Okay, let's see how this works. All right. So now setting. Yeah, I don't see anything. All right, I could reboot this, which is probably the better of the ideas. What else has been happening? It's been like a wickedly like interesting month. Plus, I wanted to check out the 4K webcam. That was kind of a cool thing I wanted to get into. Um, yeah, so maybe I will do that. I'm gonna like get off here, try to reboot, and see where that goes. Because the installation seems to go well. Okay, then. I know I've been like baby. So right, it's Women's History Month, and then Deaf History Month. After that, I've got a load of events to be at too. Um, I want to see this whole damn quarantine end. Is where I really want to go with this. I can't believe this has been like a long video with you just staring, probably, maybe. Hopefully not that bad, but so anyway, yeah, once I get this figured out with the monitor, that would I would love to do the Linux thing. I have a number of creative ideas of what to do now. This could get really fun. All right then. So, what I'm going to say in closing for that is, I hope everyone is nice, safe, doing well this Saturday. I know there's a few of you who have taken ill, and I'm sorry for that. And oh, according to my like echo, um, I shouldn't have said that. It's now 48 degrees outside, which My echo's quite talkative. But yeah, it's 48 degrees outside, which is rather nice. Um, I've actually been running around like a few days before this, which is kind of cool. Uh, yeah. So, I mean, I don't, this channel is definitely gonna start to pick up now that I have it set up. Um, Anything in the background is definitely like not mine per se. So, um, coconut rose cakes. Echo has some pretty interesting recipes if you can get into it. All right. So, in either case, right, we have a lot of good things going on. Um, City Tech's SGA is coming up with a lot of cool events, and CCSD is doing them CUNY wide. Ooh, yes. So anyone CCSD should be interested in the fact we're having a Saturday matinee this not today, next Saturday. For the beginning of March. So come on in for that. It will be 1 in the afternoon, and I think it's going to be like stupendous. Like whether you can like come and stay for one movie or both, it'll be a nice Saturday. It'll be a change of like staying up late on a Thursday for one movie after a long day of like classes, and it'll be fun in a different way. So yeah, look forward to that. Um, Shout out to Lenine Jacob, the wonderful executive secretary and our wonderful chairman, the amazing Junior Alvarez. Aside from that, and let's not get too ahead of ourselves, I also have to give out like a couple of shouts to Vanilla Douglas, our VP at City Tech SGA. And who else? And go see Ngozi Unkano. I'm, I'm sorry, I can't. A marble mount as far as your last name Ngozi. She is currently the president of the SGA, and she's doing a stupendous job. Um, so yeah, I think there's a number of things coming up. I think this is going to be a hell of a fun month coming up. We're really going to do a lot. So yeah, and probably because of that, this channel is going to be pretty active. And at the end of my current service in the coal mine of quarantine, I expect to see some of the regular live streaming outside. I plan to get back into that because really just sitting here, I was looking at a video the other day. It was of like I believe 2017. It really wasn't it's a while ago, but not long ago. And it was kind of like interesting to see the difference of the videos I had then moving around and just like walking outside and now. So yeah, I really want to get back to that. That's like instrumental. All right then. I hope everyone stays safe from here on in and anyone who got sick gets better and we will talk soon. All right. Night or bye. Well, actually it is night. It's like 7 p.m. Okay, I got it. I'm going. Talk to you later.